John Murray, strong, committed, but how much has that weight-making problem taken the wind out of his sails? I went into the bookies in Manchester earlier on today, and they still had Murray as a 16-1 on favourite. You could get Lawton to win on points at 12-1 against. Interesting.
Murray knows exactly what he's got to do. He's going to have to gamble if he is indeed tight, making the weight. But he will fight his customary style, and that's to walk in with both hands up and his chin down and just start throwing punches.
Lawton produced a really good performance in beating Martin Gethin, 9-round stoppage to regain the English title. As I say, he's been around a long time. The other losses on his record against Dave Stewart and Alan Temple. John Murray, well, he's been highly touted for an awful long time, hasn't he? But he blows hot and cold, Duke.
He does blow hot and cold. We've seen quite brilliant performances, but very ordinary performances also from Murray. And Lawton is being as cool as a cucumber.
Murray's come out hard, though, hasn't he? Trying to show his physical strength from the outset. Lawton, we know, technically a very good boxer, but does he have the strength to keep Murray at bay?
Well, this is his big chance. Lawton, he's working Murray downstairs, he's working him to the body.
Good headshot from Murray.
He's trying to find him out, he's trying to see just how tight he is making the weight.
There's a bit of confidence in that Lawton camp when they left the weigh-in yesterday. More confidence than when they walked in.
Well, and rightly so. If you know your opponent has weight-making difficulties, you know, and your fighter can fight, it will give him added confidence.
Left hand from Murray was low. Victor Loughlin says keep him up. Look at this from Murray. He's really going to work on Lawton. He started fast, impressively.
I don't think Lawton was hurt with that onslaught. He got caught with some good punches right enough. His chin was high. Just needs to ride the storm. Murray doing a good job keeping him close. Did his knees dip there, John?
Looked as though it did. The right hand, and he's in danger territory. It could be that he's going to go down right here and now. Lawton trying to fight back off the ropes. Has Murray gambled too much, too soon? A whirlwind start, and he pushes him down and out of the ring almost. Pushed him down, but it's given us a knockdown. The bell will not come a moment too soon for Scott Lawton. A whirlwind start for John Murray. There's the bell. Murray, can he now finish the job that he started so impressively in the first? Or has he just gambled too much in the early stages with that tremendous onslaught?
Well, we know that Murray can be strong. Certainly for the first 5 rounds, 5-6 rounds. It's up to Lawton to show us what he's got.
He is going for broke, Murray. He's landing with terrific intent with every punch he throws. Lawton bravely fighting back, and his fans respond to that. Landed with a good right hand of his own.
Well, what Lawton did there, he switched to the southpaw, led with the right hand, look at that, leading with the right hand uppercut, landing quite freely now, and these are good punches from Lawton.
Not a knockout artist, Scott Lawton. Murray, we know, is genuinely heavy-handed, but it seems almost inconceivable that Murray can keep up this sort of pace and this sort of intensity for 12 rounds if he cannot get Lawton out of there.
Well, what Lawton has now, by landing those punches, is Murray's respect. Murray realises now he can't just walk in the way he did, and he's being a little bit more cautious.
Here comes Murray again, good body shots, the left hook in particularly was a really solid, meaty punch. Lawton not able to establish the jab as he'd hoped he might.
But Lawton, when he switches to the southpaw stance on the inside, has plenty of success with that combination. Murray's doing a great job though, he's tucking his chin right down. Body, head, body, that's a nice combination from Murray. But Lawton, the fight back again. This is quite impressive. Off the ropes from Lawton.
Well, Scott Lawton has been in against John Thaxton, stopped in 7. Been in against Amir Khan, stopped in 4. John Murray would love a fight against John Thaxton. He'd love a fight against Amir Khan. So that is a benchmark. Let's see how well he can account for Scott Lawson, if indeed he can.
I tell you what, that left hook was a good shot there by Lawson.
Good uppercut, yes. Good uppercut, really good right hand thrown by Lawson.
Trying the uppercuts, nice shot for him. Murray just leaning in just a little bit too much.
Murray has really gambled in this opening couple of rounds, Duke, and he's just looking a little bit arm-weary as the seconds tick down in the second round. Good right hand from Lawson. Huge gamble this from Murray.
Well, and Lawson, look, he's got his hands cupped up around his head and walking the former champion back, walking Murray back.
Fascinating stuff, and hats off to Lawson, who sank down at the end of that first round.
But still a good round from the former champion Murray. Still applying that pressure. Can't give Lawson space. Got to stay close to him.
Dramatic second round by a 10-8 margin. Murray's family at ringside getting really animated as they roar on their support.
See, this is
Lawson's
good.
Family, rather.
This is good. Better boxing initially by Lawson, doing exactly what the corner instructed, trying to use his better boxing skills.
Murray, not surprisingly, has just lessened the work rate that he produced, which was pretty spectacular in the opening 3 minutes. But the further the fight goes, the more there'll be question marks.
Oh, there's a menacing look about Murray. Make no mistake about that. But he's giving Lawson a little bit too much room.
He's having a little breather here, I think. Good body shot. Lawson doing well to tie him up. Experienced professional. 31 paid fights behind him.
Murray's punches now just falling a little bit short, just giving Lawson too much room.
This is where Murray wants him. Caught by a nice sweet right-hand counter from Lawson. Good body shot from Murray. That right hand, you could hear it thud home into the rib cage of Lawson. Right on the ropes in front of us.
But can Murray, can he sustain it?
He's reckoning he can take him out. He's reckoning he can stop him. But can he?
Well, Lawson does a good job of turning him on the ropes. But it's all Murray.
It may be all Murray, but there's not quite the snap that there was earlier on. Lawson just covering him up, hoping that he can ride out the storm. Murray, we know as well, can mark up. His face can bruise. Could be a factor as well, who knows. Lawson, he cut against John Thaxton. He's doing really well against Thaxton before he lost that fight, before the cut started to sap his confidence. Here's Murray right in front of Lawson, trying to fight in the metaphorical telephone booth.
You just wonder if Lawson can weather the storm, if he can weather the early storm, because you just know that I don't think Murray can keep this up.
I think the signs that he's not punched himself out, but certainly the intensity is not quite what it was.